Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to put the backpack cutting file together that's available on my cutting file shop here on my Apple Lover 53 website. So everything that you see on my desk is in the cutting file, and I've just kind of pre-scored on the dashed fold lines that are in the cutting file just to save a little bit of time. So I'm going to start with the actual main backpack. So I'm going to stick the matting layers on first. So I'm going to use this stripe paper on the front and the back. I'm not putting anything on the sides. So I'm just going to apply some glue and stick those down as best I can centrally to these two sections. So I hope you're all doing okay, and I may start to do an odd YouTube live again on a Sunday over the winter, but I'm not sure yet. So just kind of watch this space. I'll post probably on my blog, and I may send it out in a newsletter if and when I'm going to, start them up again. They probably won't be every Sunday like I was doing last time. I may just do one a month, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. So as I said, in your cutting file, you can see all the score lines. So I've just folded and burnished on all of my score lines. And then on these two narrow tabs, these are your sides, you've got a score line that goes down to about 1 inch or so from the bottom. So with these, just kind of pinch them, don't fold them over. You could put a crease all the way down. At the end of the day, it wouldn't be, a problem if you did just fold that over, but this is how I've designed the file. And then just kind of put a thumb or something like that against the diagonal lines. Once you stick this together, you'll be able to kind of pinch this together a bit better. So that's what we've got so far. So we've got the front covered and the back covered. I'm going to stick the side together. So I'm just going to put some glue on this glue tab. I'm hoping you can see this. See if I can zoom in a bit more. So I'm just going to put some wet glue on this glue tab. You don't want too much because you don't want it oozing out. So I'm just kind of spreading what I've got. So if you fold this over on this first big fold line and lay it flat, this should line up. And you want to line up this bottom edge here, this score line that goes all the way along the bottom. So I'm just going to hold that in place for a few minutes and kind of burnish it down like so. And then because, as I say, you've got this down here and then going off on an angle, you should be able to kind of pinch that in so far down and it will start to crease. So you can do this a couple of different ways. You can fold your short flaps in and then this and bring this over so you've got like a clean edge going around the front. Or you can put the big section in first, wedge those short sections in there and then sandwich them in so that inside, you're not going to be able to see it, but inside it's a completely smooth, nothing's going to get caught on it. So I'm going to do it that way, I think. So I'm just going to apply some glue all over this section, just standing it on my desk. I'm going to fold those in and then apply some more glue on here and bring that over like so. And then I'm just going to hold it on the desk, putting a little bit of pressure on the bottom so that that is nice and smooth now. Now I've got these handles that you can put on the back. Now you can either put them on before you put your paper on, or you can put them on over the top. I'm just going to put mine on over the top. And all as I've done with these, I've cut them out. As I say, it's all in the cutting file. I've just ran my bone folder over to bend it, and then I've just folded on the dash lines that I've put in for you. And they're going to stick on the back of the backpack like so. So for this, I'm going to use wet glue. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to try and sit them fairly centrally, and I'm just going to put my hand in the inside of the box just to apply a little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Little bit of glue. And again, just bring it up to the top of the paper and pressing from the inside as well to apply that little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. You don't have to put these on if you don't want, but this is kind of what it makes. This is what makes it look like a backpack rather than just a box. So I'm just going to eyeball where I'm going to put this, and I'm going to try and bring it in about the same kind of distance. Got my hand inside the box and I'm using my thumb to apply the pressure, and I'm just kind of eyeballing the distance here and here. And then I'm going to do the same and bring this up and hold it in place like so. So when this comes over now, you can see you've got the like little things. Now I've also cut this little bit because sometimes backpacks have a kind of loop here, don't they, which you can put on if you want, or you know, you could use ribbon. It's entirely up to you. I might stick it on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick the two ends together. This has got no dash lines or anything in it, so I'm just going to kind of crisscross it a little bit on the bottom and stick it together with a bit of glue. Again, this could go on under your designer series paper. It's entirely up to you, but I'm just going to do it like this for now. And then I'm going to stick that on there. So again, I'm just going to run some glue all across that bottom. I'm going to put my hand in the bag just so I can apply a little bit of pressure, and I'm just going to put that kind of centrally and hold it down, pressing it with my finger, but I've got my hand on the inside of the box to give it a little bit of support. Okay, and then the top of your box has got a 1/8 little kind of gusset. I've got a piece of paper that I'm going to use for the flap, and it's just the other side. So I put one piece of 12 by 12 paper on my mat, and I cut the front, the back, the flap for this, the flap for the little box that's going to go on the front, and a matting layer for the little box that's going to go on the front, which acts like a pocket. And I'm just using the reverse side. So for this one, I'm going to apply a little bit of glue to the opposite side. And I've just kind of shaped the edge a little bit so it's not, you know, completely angular. So that's how it's looking now. So this is the little box or the little pocket that's going to go on the front. So again, I've got a piece for the flap. And I'll tell you the finished measurements in a minute. So that's going to go on there like so. And then you've got the same, you know, the same thing. So you're going to use this little glue tab, use this little tab here as your glue tab. Bring this side over, line up the bottom score line. Just going to hold that in place. If I fold these back, I can get my fingers inside and just hold that till it grabs. And then again, you can do the same thing. You can fold the big flap in, tuck the little flaps in and fold that, or in fact you need to do it the other way just to give it a cleaner edge. So tuck your big flap in, put some glue on the inside of those little tabs and tuck them in, and then put your glue all across here like so. That's going to hold it all in place. Then again, I'm going to stand it up and I'm just going to run the bone folder inside just to make that the glue grab. So you've got like a smooth edge here and you've got a smooth edge here. So this comes over like so, but again, I've got a piece of paper to just put on the front. I've made backpacks before, but I don't think I've ever made a ScanNCut cutting file for them. In the past, years ago, we just, you know, did them by scoring pieces of card and cutting and notches out and things like that. So now with this, what you could do, you could put a magnet or Velcro on here so that the person can just open it and reuse it, and the same with the pocket, which is going to sit on the front. There's no matting layer for this because this is obviously going to sit on here. So I'm going to glue this first, and then I can get my hand inside the box and hold this in place. And I'm just kind of sitting it about a ½ an inch up from the bottom, centrally side to side. And then I can get my hands in both boxes. So I've got my hand in the top box, my hand in the bottom box, just while that glue is grabbing. And then, like I say, you could completely glue this one down and just have it for decoration. You could put a magnet on this one, or you could just put a glue dot on it, and then the person has to, you know, open it to get in it. Mine is probably just going to be for show. So I think what I'm going to do, see if I can find some glue dots. On the flap, I think I'll just put a glue dot and then just put my hand inside. So that's that. And then, as I say, that comes over, and you could put a magnet on it, or you can seal it up permanently once you've put your goodies in it. So I'll tell you how wide it is. It is 3 3/4 inches wide, and it's about 4.5 tall, and I think it's 1 1/4 deep from memory. 1.5 deep. But obviously some of your space will be taken up with this section here. But that's kind of how it's going to look. Now I think for the sake of the video, I'm just going to glue mine, if I can get my glue runner to work. So I'm just going to fold it over and press and glue that together. I think if I was going to make this to gift, I would put a little either Velcro or magnet under here, and then it could be reused, and the same on here, but this is just for the video. So that's how it looks from the back. And that's how it looks from the front and the side. So I'll try and get some better pictures of it for the thumbnail. But that's my little backpack cutting file. And then obviously you can decorate it up if you want to. Or, you know, I think I would just be inclined to leave it like this. The little pocket on the front, just in case anybody wants to know, is 3 1/4 by 2 by ½ an inch deep. So not quite big enough, I don't think, to hold a gift card. So please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.